Okay, good morning. So we're up to Samach Tes. We're trying to do the whole simon today. It's a simon that is mentioned in the Gemara, but it's our minhag is not to do this, so it's not so familiar to us. But let's try and work it through. Interestingly, the Mishnah Berurah gives a little hakdama to it. So let's start with this hakdama. Samach Tes. Inyan Perisas Shema. There's a concept of being Poreis on Shema. A perisa means like a small bit. So you repeat some parts of Tefillah. Baruch Hu, we'll see soon. So it's lashon of a piece. You're repeating parts of Tefillah. Inyan Perisas Shema says the hakdama of the Mishnah Berurah to this sif, to this simon. Makomis yesh. There are different minhagim. Yesh makomis. There are different places with different minhagim. Yesh makomis shenagin sheperson al Shema. They are Poreis. They Poreis al Shema, which we'll see what that means. Prisa Shema Nikra Amiras HaBaruchu. It's saying Baruchu She'onu Oimrim Bishul Hamis Achrin Novel Beis HaKnesses for those people who come late to shul. Acha Gemar Siyum Tefillah Shemon Esrei B'Lachash. After the Shemon Esrei B'Lachash is finished, you say Baruchu again for those people who are late comers. V'yesh Makom Shenagin Shepersa Shlech Tzibal Shema Bishul Hamis Achrin. They actually repeat Shema for those late comers. Achar Kaddish Basra after the last Kaddish. V'ayin Le'el B'Simon and Dalet Magen Avram Shematzrich before they do that, he makes them say some sort of psukim. The Beis Yosef, the muchach the minhagam even if no one shows up late, we're not worried about it, and therefore we do it. Levad mishabos yontiv aside on Shabbos and Yontov. Because there's Kriyas HaTorah and therefore they'd hid Baruch Hu. There's discussion also about Mondays and Thursdays. Don't change whatever your minhag is in shul because they were worried about machleikas. But in a situation where we're confident there'll be no machleikas, you don't repeat Baruch Hu elim kain bo echad acha Baruch Hu unless someone missed it. He came after Baruch Hu, and he's not going to hear again that day. There's no Kriyas HaTorah. Even if he's already said Yotzer, you can still be Poreis on the Shema for him, even though he's not juxtaposing Yotzer to his Baruch Hu. Someone who heard it previously, and he's davening at the back of shul, now he hits Baruch Hu, and there are 10 people who have already heard Baruch Hu. He's allowed to be Poreis on Shema and say Baruch Hu, or someone else, because someone will be saying Yotzer straight after that. If you've got both deficiencies, the he's already heard, or he heard someone getting aliyah. The gam hu ata einu omed kodim Yotzer, he's not holding just before Yotzer. Then in either situations, einu yochel oid lifres al Shema v'lema Baruch Hu acher b'shvile. Okay, that's the hakdama of this Poreis al Shema. So let's go straight into the Mechaber. Says the Mechaber, Im yesh b'nei Adam, if there are people she'espalu kol echad b'fnei atzma b'yochid, davening b'yichidus, v'lo shamu, v'lo kaddish, v'lo kedusha, and they didn't hear kaddish and kedusha. Oimed echad mehem, one of them can stand up and say, v'oimer kaddish u'baruch hu u'bracha rishona Yotzer v'lo yoseh. They can say the first bracha of Shema of Yotzer, not more. V'zen nikra Poreis al Shema. Loshen chaticha prusa. Poreis means a piece, so they're doing a bit of the davening again. She'ein omrim ele ktsas mimeno. They only say a bit of it. V'achshav, says the Ramah, lo nagu lema kol birchas Yotzer. We don't say the whole of birchas Yotzer. Ela omrim kaddish. You say kaddish u'baruch hu. V'hin omrim achrav baruch Hashem ha'mavoirach. That's it. V'yesh omrim she'paris mikriya Shema shel arvis. Some say that you can do this in Marv as well. Kamei b'shachris. V'lo nagu kein mishum deleka kaddish koden baruch hu. Shel Arvis. Okay, let's just do the Mishnah Berurah on that. Aleph, Kol Echot. V'haradvaz, b'siman reish mem Aleph, chelik dalet, palig al zeh. He argues all this, v'zeh l'shaynei. Im ispalo asor kol echot b'yichidi. If 10 people daven, but they're davening b'yichidas, porach minayu kaddish v'kedusha. Now, that's it. The minyan's gone, and it's porach, means it's sort of flown away, it's evaporated, their kaddish and their kedusha. Kedamrin gabi birchas hamazon, like we say with birchas hamazon. If people have left and they finished birchas hamazon, then it's too late, you can't do the zimun anymore. The kimin de porach minayu, and since it's left from them, even if more people will gather afterwards, you can't now say kaddish and kedusha. Hatfala, Ein Sham. And Magen Avram brings his words briefly. Of a Sefer Magen Giborim, B'chai Odom Heviu Dvar V'Halacha. Of a Tshuvas Harama, Siman Pei Daled Siman B'Derech Chaim, B'Dinei Baruch Hu Eskim, and Mashma the Pesach HaShulchan Aruch that you can do it. Achein B'Tshuvas Chasam Sefer Chelek Orach Chaim Siman Yuzayin Kosov Techein Amad Dabar KaRadvaz. The Minhag Olam is like the Radvaz not to do it. However, even according to Radvaz, if there is one person who has not yet davened, he's able to be Poreis on Shema, to do Baruch Hu, etc. again, and to go down to daven by the Omid. He shouldn't daven Tefillah B'lachas Rag, he should daven his Tefillah B'Kol Ram. That way, the chayva of the tefillah has not been abandoned by the others. The haibish will ask because he's not davening as part of the tefillah, but tzibur, he's davening for himself, just loudly. Given the yesh al kol ponim echad shlo yosei adayin yedei tefillah, since there is one guy who has not yet davened, kol Yisrael are raving zeh, and therefore they can do it. Okay, what do they do? V'oim kaddish ayin le'el b'siman udalad ba'agod. The tzorich le'im b'tchila ksas psukim. They should say a few psukim beforehand. Yoytzer af b'zmanenu kulam b'kiyim. We all, Baruch Hashem, can read and know how to daven. Ve'ein tzorich l'birchas ha'mavorich she'yotzei be'abracha. We don't need the chazan to be moitzias. V'chol shkein lefi mad ma'ayri ha'mechaber she'kva berchu kulam kol echad l'fnei. Each one has already done it. Mikol makom svirei la'mechaber do'ema yoytzer according to mechaber, that you still do say yoytzer mishum shelo yagrein nirin k'koifrin chasham. It doesn't look like this kfira. She'omer lohem she'vorchu, that he says Baruch Hu, which is basically saying, Rabbi, let us bench Hashem, and no one responds. And he's therefore saying Yotzar and a Kol Ram to say they shouldn't look like Kfirah. And the others are listening, and it's like Shema Ka'ina. So the Ramah says that Achshav, we're not knowing to say the Yotzar, just the Kaddish and the Baruch Hu. They say, look, the Ramah argues and says, look, the people are responding. They're responding Baruch Hashem Baruch Le'Avoid. Sule Mersi Kakoifa, therefore there's no chashash of kfira. Midi Dava Birchas HaTorah, it's like Birchas HaTorah. V'ayim Beli Rabbi Magen Giborim she'eskimu gam kein lazeh. Okay, let's go back now. Oh no, sorry, we've got a few more still to go. So you've gotten hey, Kamei B'Shachris. What was this going on? Yeah, Yesh Oimim she'person b'krish mashel arvis Kamei B'Shachris. Yeah. So Sirot Solema says the Mechab, says the Mishnah Berurah, you've gotten hey, Sh'af im kulam kvar hispalu kol echad b'fnei. Even if they've all davened. V'lo nagu kein. We don't do this in Marav time, says the Mishnah Berurah. Kosa Prima Godim near the it's near Vadai. Im yesh echot shlo yispal adai Marav. If one person has not yet davened Marav, yochel lam b'fnei omud im tisha she'yispalu. He's allowed to stand there. Imagine a guy comes along, and you've got 9 who've already davened. That one guy can stand up at the end. For him, it's the beginning. For Yom Baruch Hu b'kol rom, he can say Baruch Hu in a loud voice. V'gam Yom Bracha Rishon b'kol rom, and it says the verse Bracha of Kriya Shema in a kol rom. For Yoytz Afal Mechaber, and that works even according to Mechaber. V'efshet Yuchel Lem Gamkein Hakadish Kodesh Shon Esra Ad Kan Lashonei. And if the others are willing to stay around, they can even say the Kaddish before Shon Esra. And the Ramah finished and says, "V'lo nog came mishum deleka kaddish koden baruch hu shlarvis." It says mishum baruch hu lechud lekaptina kol kachem. For baruch on its own, we don't just do this whole device. V'afagav the b'ksas makomes only shloisha pesukim v'kaddish koden baruch hu ba'arvis. Even though in many shuls they say the shirmalis, the pesukim beforehand and the kaddish, zeu rak minig ba'alma. That is a minig ba'alma. V'lo kaptina b'hai kaddish. That's not such a significant kaddish. Mashe'en came b'kaddish acha yishtabach. Shachris, the Kaddish after Yishtabach and Shachris, from Minig Kadmonim, that's a very old Minig. Kaptin and Tvei, we're more makbid about that. Okay, let's carry on with the Mechaber. La'achash shesimu birchas Yetzer. So after this fellow who's doing Poreis HaShema is finished Yetzer, Oime Avos Ugvuras Ukedushas V'Ata Kodesh. He says these things. V'zen Nikra Over Lifnei HaTeva. That's called Over Lifnei HaTeva. You don't do these things unless you have a minion. These are all considered Dvarim Shebekdusha. You got to find 6 people who have not yet heard. That's the majority of a million. If you haven't gotten them, even if one person has not heard, you can do it. Even if he has heard, yochel lifreis al shema v'lav lifnei hateva b'shvil oisa shlei shama. Umikol makom im oisa shlei shama Boki livres Shema. He knows how to do that. He knows the halachas of being Poreis al Shema. V'lav lifnei teva. Mutav sheyifres v'yav lifnei teva. Who mishayifres v'yav lifnei teva achar shekva shama. Better than someone who's already done it, because he hasn't. It's better that he hasn't done it yet. Okay, let's do the Mishnah Berurah on that. Ches, Sif Kotzen Ches Kedusha. V'ayin bahago b'samach shemesayim al tfilas kol hatfila gamkein. V'ayin le'el b'simen Sif Kotzen Aleph. The das haradvaz the ein linhag din over lifnei teva. We're not noig to do this. Elim kein yesh boim akol ponim echel shleis baladain. And there's got to be at least one person who's not yet davened. Because of Magen Avraham. That if there are not 6 people who have not yet davened, then the shliach tzibur should not daven b'lachash. Rag yaschul miyad b'kol rom. He should do his own personal davening in a loud voice. Ikar kavona b'chazora b'zehu rak mishum kedusha, because the real reason is the kedusha. V'yem ha'gimel rishonos b'kol rom v'hashab b'lachash. The first 3 brachas he does in a loud voice. And then he goes off, he does Kedusha, and then he does the rest quietly. But if you've got 6 people who haven't davened yet, then you've got a minyan. Okay, test, you've gotten test. Nikra over. This is not very motzu today. Any of this is all done at the end of Shemini Esrei. B'lachash kodim shemaskal hashliach tzibur hatfilah b'kol rom. Again, we don't see this so much nowadays. Before the Baal Tfilah it says Chazor Sashatz v'yoyis an yoda in kedusha, and therefore you can be yoyisi with kedusha tzrichin lizoya be'eshim mekaptzin oz b'pesach beis hakneses livers hashema shelo yavru neged hamispalin. Don't stand in front of them like it's tradition from Esra. I will pass in front of them. Avalim eirish is achelov and is balach hatfilah yuchel livers hashema v'leir lifnei hateva. Okay, shelo shama ve'im shama me'ha'olim. Torah, if he heard someone get an aliyah, that's sufficient. Ve'in choizim b'shvila im loishu omid ato koidem b'rechut yotzer oz muta lifres b'shvila k'moshe k'sav b'reish hasimen ayin sham. Muta sheyifres, we said, va'achshav noagu sh'olim ha'avelim parsim shema. Vafilu shamu, even avelim do it. Vafilu shamu v'yesh acher shelo sham. Even if they heard and the one person hasn't heard, ve'inenu nochen. Kein kosam Magen Avraham. Aval prima godim yishev aminak. He justifies it. Mishum de'ein pnai levakesh ish yedea bein tfilas Shemini Esrei b'lachash. It's very hard to find a person who knows how to do it. Bein tfilas Shemini Esrei b'lachash and the Chazor Sashatz. Aval vada im yesh pnai yesh mish yedea. He knows how to do it. V'lo yispalel hu roi yifres. That's roi hu sheyifres. It's better that he does it. Okay, back to the Ramah. Says the Ramah, the top of page 206. Umisha over lifnei teva v'omar shalosh habrachas rishonos. So someone who stands, goes to the bima, to the omid, and he says the first 3 brachas. Yashlim kol hatfilah. He should continue and finish the whole Shemini Esrei. V'lo yafsik af al pi shekva yispalel. And he shouldn't stop even though he's already davened. Aval hacherim, but the others yicholim lahafsik achach. They just say the first 3 brachas and that's it. For kol shkein shem lo yispalel ha-Poreis, certainly if the Poreis, the guy doing this procedure, has not davened yet, v'oivel lifnei teva tchila sheyashlim tfilah, so he should finish his tefillah. Af al pi sheyistoich likros achach kriya shema v'lo yismech kol tefillah, even if it means he's davening Shemini Esrei first and he's not going to be somech kol tefillah because he's going to do Shema afterwards. Still, for also lahafsik b'dvarim elu, you shouldn't be mafsik with these things being kol tefillah or b'kriya shema or b'rchasel. Also, the shliach tzibur lahafsik ben kriya shema letefillah. The shliach tzibur should not be mafsik. Obe kriya shema b'rchasel. He should be mafsik in these places because they lifres al shema. In order to do Poreis al shema la'oisna boyim lebeis hakneses, for those people who came to shul late, la'achas isbalu hakal kadesh baruchu v'hischil b'rchas yetzer etc. Aval b'birchas arvis sheyochel lahafsik la'ois yacherem yidei chavasam, that would be okay. Umikol malkum ish acher yochel lifres, someone else could do it. Al shema ilisbal asor kolot tefillah afilu ba'oisoi beis hakneses shekva isbalu la'ois yacherem yidei chavasam rak shelo yamot hachazan hasheni b'mokum she'amad harishon. The second one shouldn't stand in the place of the first one to zeh near gnali rishonim, because it seems to suggest it's like a disparaging on the first lot. The havikilu lo yasu b'rishon yidei chavasam, to suggest that maybe the first ones haven't fulfilled their mitzvah of tefillah. V'nirli davka sh'adayin rishonim beis hakneses. That's only if, says the Ramah, if the first group are still in shul. They just finished davening. Then okay, let's do the Mishnah Berurah. Yosif Cotton Yud Beis Yechoydin lahafsik v'loleches ledarkom, and they've gone on she'ha'ika ho'Orach b'shvil ha'kedusha, because that was really the purpose. Sheyashlim tefillah, says the Mishnah Berurah Yosif Cotton Gimel Rotz Leimad the kolshkin she'layafsik b'zeh mikiven she'atfilah tzrich lei b'shvil atzmei lot says tefillah, because he's davening for himself. Afal pi she'al yedei zeh yitztarech achach likrei rak kriya shema. and he'll do the Shema after his Shemona Esrei. V'lo yismech gula l'tefillah. U'lefi zeh, adam shenis acher lo v'lebeis hakneses. Therefore, somebody who comes late to shul, v'lo yishama baruch v'kedusha, and he hasn't heard baruch v'kedusha, v'choish Hashem lo yeh achar kach minyan beis hakneses k'shegil l'tefillah, muta lifres v'lav v'lifnei hateva l'isbal kol hayud ches brachas kadesh yuchal lem kedusha, in order that he can hear kedusha. V'achar he krishma, and then he can do the rest of it later. Krishma b'chasev v'lo yispala. Aval hamogen not do Shemona Esrei. Aval hamogen Avram kasav de lechatchile ach ein noch nases kain. It's not good to do this. Levatel mitzvah smichas gul l'tefillah mishum kedusha, to lose out on being somech gul l'tefillah because of getting the benefit of hearing kedusha. Ele yispal kaseidah, but rather he should just have normally Kuragil, Kun Theseda, V'yismech Kul Tefillah, B'Somech Kul Tefillah, V'im Yeh Oz Asar Beis HaKnesset. And if at that point, when he hits Shemona Esrei, there are 10 people, then he can daven his Shemona Esrei, like we discussed, loud, and he can do Kedusha, and then go quiet after Kedusha. V'ayim Be'alocha. Yudalet V'hischil, Avalim Lo Hischil, Chayze V'im Baruch Hu L'Yism Shebo L'Beis HaKnesset. Okay, Yochel HaHafsik, Rotzolem Ben Gul Tefillah, Dahainu Achasiyim Brichas Hashkivenu, V'belav Hochi Mafsikin, Gam Kein Pesukim, Avol Be'emtza Brachas Lo Yafsik. Yotzu harishonim, that we said the first lot have left already. That's when he goes to the Omid. V'uadin imhu kvius sheispalu bezeh beis hakneses kama pa'omim zeh. If it's like a shtibel factory, where they're dumping lots of minyanim one after the other, ein kapeda, there's no problem with that. And he can go to the place she'omad horishan, where the first guy davened. V'loi oid, says the Mishnah Berurah, el im ein chazan l'achronim yochel afilu chazan rishon ispal shenis. The first chazan can daven nochmal. Again, lahitzi gam achronim. Upashat the bezeh ein tzorach hachazan lamed lifnei hateva kol eis hatfilah. Doesn't have to be there the whole time. Ela kasheyagiu lebaruch hu yom lifneihem kaddish or baruch hu v'achach yomrim be'atzman me'yetzmer. And then the people who haven't davened yet say Yitzar v'hola ad gmar Shemona Esrei b'lachash ki b'mkem yoseinu kulam b'kiyin ve'ein noagim noseis bezeh al yedei shliach tzibur v'achach yameh lifnei hateva lachzat tefillah kanog am kol hakadeshim she'achat tefillah. Okay, and he goes back to the place where the first one stood. Yudches Yivkotin Yudches Kosav Mishpatei Shmuel Shem Harishonim Hoitziu Sefer Torah v'Karboy. It can get more problematic, because if the first minion bring out a Sefer Torah which they leaned from, Ein Mina Kulashnim Lohoitz Sefer Torah Pamacher is Likrisbo. The second minion shouldn't bring out a Sefer Torah to lean from it. V'nosan Lezetam Pshum Mishum Pigomashal Sefer Torah. It's suggesting the first Sefer Torah was no good. Shema Yomer Shemot Psul Sefer Torah Rishona. Mipnei Kach Hoitziu Shnim. That's why they took out a second one. V'af Im Hi Sefer Torah Zu Atzmai. Even if it's the same Sefer, Mikol Malkum Shema Yomer Rishonim She'acheres. Who she'etzia, they'll say that it's a different sefer. She'etzia mishum posel shemot rishonim, because they found the psul. V'gam sheyesh pagam the rishonim sheyem shelo yitzu derech kriya. They say the first guys didn't hit, they weren't yitzu, they're leaning. Umihai timim holchu rishonim l'betzeh. But if the first ones have gone home, kamoy havasikim, they davened early. Oishu kamoy mokum kvir sheispalu pamayim ze'achazeh, or the place where they davened lots of times. Ein kapeda, they don't even have to worry about this. V'chol zem mekech minhag. This is all mekech minhag. Alva minadin ein shum issa b'chol gav. There's no issa involved. She'ein lochish lifgam b'shena. We're only choshish for the pagam of the first minion. Elek she'ol likris b'shnia misha ola kvar b'shena. If you call up a guy who was in the first laning to call up in the second laning, that's when there's a problem. V'gam daf kazeh imolek kver miyad ze'achazeh. And only if it's straight one after the other. Beli hifsek ish ben time. K'mesh yizboy b'sim kuf mem dad. Avol kan shemafsikim harbe gam hu tziba ache ein lochish b'zeh l'klum. Okay, let's just do base just to finish the simon. It just takes 1 minute. Summa, a blind person. Afal pisha le'ro'o ma'iris miyamav. Even though he never has seen the ma'iris, the luminaries, the stars, the skies, the sun. Poreis al Shema mavarich yotzeh ha'ma'iris. He still says that bracha. She'unena b'ma'iris she'roen acherim she'ru aderech asher yelech bo. That he gets the benefit that other people have seen, and that will ultimately benefit him. It says in Mishnah Berurah, you've got in your test, Poreis, gam yochel leir lifnei hateva l'tefillah. Even he can go down and be Poreis. Kedel b'simin gimel sif yidalad. Ein shom Mishnah Berurah. Yesh limnoy lekotzen shleifers al Shema. A cotton should do this procedure of being Poreis al Shema. Umiu kol shegil yudgim shonim. But once he's hit 13 years old, ein medaktim heavy shtei soros. We're not worried if he's got shtei soros. The brachas krishma d'rabbanan. Okay, say that.